what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not because they want to do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shit.
How are you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi. Welcome to another episode of Tier Talk. As I was going through Andrew's website, jailcommanders.com, I noticed an old article I did a few years back. It's 16 safety tips from those who work behind the wall. What's great about this article is that the tips originate from those who have spent some serious time behind the wall. And again, if these lessons are not taken seriously, the safety and security of staff and all who reside within will be at risk. So I'm going to quickly just read off the 16 tips. Also, give a shout out to the person who provided it. And hopefully, if you guys are new to the profession, or if you guys got some time in, maybe you could take a little from the tips that are being provided. The key here is to make sure we're safe every day, and that's the reason why this article was written. Now, guys, don't forget Inmate Manipulation. The book is on the market. The link is in the description. All right, number one, in terms of safety advice, the very first thing we tell our rookies is learn how to say no. That's the answer to every question until you know what you're doing. Gabe Salazar, my boy, New Mexico. Number two, always be incognito. Never wear your uniform or advertise what you do for a living outside of the walls. Be like a Clark Kent. Brian Roback. That's New York. It's a good dude. Consistency. Consistency will be your best friend. Be consistent with policy even when it's exhausting. And it will be exhausting. But once they get you the first time, they have you every time. Jennifer Malalu. The 3 L's. Look, listen, learn. Always look at your surroundings. Make note of anything different. Listen to what they're talking about. Do not ever disregard a rumor from inmates. Stay alert. Listen for different sounds. Learn from situations. Keep learning and stay on top. Mary Trevino Ortiz. Here's our boy Russ. The worst mistake you can make as a correctional officer is to assume that any current policy or procedure is working based on an absence of incidents. This is the true meaning of the word and concept of complacency. Spot on, Russ, as always. Number 6, this comes from Keith Helwig, retired captain. He's got a new book on the market, guys. If you get a chance, don't forget to see if you could reach out to Keith Helwig and get his book. This book's a very good book. Watch their hands and watch your hands. Don't get complacent and stand around with your hands in your pocket. That's key. Number 7, back to complacency. This is Ryan Kwepper. Avoid complacency and avoid showing bias to any inmate or race. Remember that we are not here to punish them, just to make sure they stay safe and we stay safe during their sentence. Very well written, Ryan. Number 8, from Cat Williams. Treat them all the same no matter their level of custody. They are all a potential threat to your safety. Number 9 comes from Felipe Zavala. Approach determines response. This saying has worked in many states I have had the pleasure of working in. Approach determines response. Phil Caruso. Always treat an inmate as unpredictable. All right, this one's from me. Remember your prescribed role. Do not let inmates connect with you on a personal level. Any personal information about yourself must be protected or they will exploit it. Next one's from Matthew Zembrowski. Above all things, never show an inmate fear or your uncertainty of a situation. If you don't know an answer, say no, because it's easier to switch a no to a yes than a yes to a no later. And whatever you do, don't panic and stay firm on your answer. I love that. Comes from my boy Gary Cornelius, author of Art of the Con. Safety is a mindset that should be on your mind from the moment you enter the facility until you leave. Never forget that you are dealing with people who do not want to be there, who will try to get by security and are seeing life pass them by. Keep a safe distance mentally and physically. keep a safe distance mentally and physically. Sometimes we only focus on the physical, guys. Keep a safe distance mentally as well. Wonder what that means to you. That could be a topic in itself. Number 14, always remember that inmates listen to every conversation that correctional officers and staff have, so be mindful of your environment. Jamie Knoll, he is the sheriff of Clark County, Indiana. This comes from Dr. Michael Pitaro. It's my boy. He did a good show with me on transformational leadership. If you guys get a chance, you need to check that out. Always be aware of your surroundings. Never become complacent. Always assume a threat is imminent. Inmates have 24/7 to watch your behaviors and body language. Always be cognizant of that fact. And the last comes from Captain 43. Transfer knowledge from veterans to newer, inexperienced staff. Newer staff need to be trained. Veteran staff need to be open to change and get away from, we've always done it this way. That's a very good balanced statement. This article was published July 29, 2016. Almost 5 years ago. Time flies by, huh? Starting to get a little gray in the beard. This used to be pure auburn. As always, guys, the show is Tier Talk. If you haven't, please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. That bell's going to notify you every time I post a video. And guys, please stay safe.